Hi there, my awesome friends. Welcome back to the taper tag challenge. I hope you're having fun. We are now past our 20th tutorial and I'm sure you've learned some interesting techniques. So please don't be shy. Join the taper tag challenge on Facebook and show us what you've made. So for those of you who know, these are laser stickers in South Africa, but apparently overseas they're called peel-offs. Anyway, they've got really nice detail, and this is the waste. So I've used nearly all the stickers on here, and you would normally throw that away because, you know, what are you going to do with it? But you know me, I like to find a purpose, and using our 30 micron tape, thin tape, uncrumpled, I'm going to put it on here and we're going to transfer the image. So if you're uncertain as to whether you are going to slip, then tape it down with masking tape. But you know me, I never do anything like that. Using your old credit card very firmly, just work over the whole image. There you go, and I'm sure that it's transferred. You can actually see at the back, you can see the details come through, and voila. So using something you would normally have thrown away, you have made a beautiful imprint. Now what you can do if you want to define your imprint more is you can take your tool and you can go around certain areas, but I actually like this delicate looking imprint. I don't know what you think. Putting it closer to the camera, you can see like the little flower is very plain there. You could work it like this, maybe. You see what I mean? You can detail it a little bit more if you so wish. But I quite like it plain and simple like that. And then obviously put onto the tag and inked, it shows a little bit of the definition a bit more. So that's the one that I wanted to show you. And then the second one was using a die cut. So my dear friend Karen made this lovely die cut for me. And I thought, well, let's see how well the die cut works. It's exactly the same way. You will put it onto your table, work surface, and then transfer the image with the credit card. But for this one, I thought, I haven't inked it yet. Let's use our tool and let's give it a bit more definition. So here we go. Sorry, I'm looking for a smaller ball tool, and I'm going to give it a little bit more definition, and it will really make an amazing difference, especially for us who can't draw. I'm not very good at drawing, so we find ways to cheat. And this is using that die cut, but we're adding a little more definition. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I'd like you to see the difference in the area that we haven't defined. So here we go. And here. And girls, if you're enjoying this challenge, please make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel. And click on that little bell so that you get all the notifications and not just the ones I tell you about on the Facebook page. And if you haven't joined the challenge, please have a look on our Tape a Tag group on Facebook. Join the challenge and show us what you're making. Okay, so there's the imprint. Here I've just defined it a little bit more. Let's see how well it inks. I'm inking it before I'm putting it on the tag. You can see here. And you can really do this with anything. you can try getting an imprint from your plastic lace. You know, you had the tutorial with the plastic lace. That will also make a great imprint. You can try using things that have texture. So even putting it on your craft board, you know, where you've got all your lines, your cut lines, you will get an imprint from that. Anything, your wooden table, do exactly the same thing. So instead of putting your goodie on the top, you are transferring it by turning your tape over. So yes, that's nice and dry. And look how amazing that is. And I think for this one, I actually quite like the grungy look. So I'm not going to buff it completely off. Just kind of leave it quite a bit of black. How great is that? Shall we put it on a tag and see how nice that will look? I must tell you, girls are really challenging me to think of all the different techniques I've tried over the last 5 years. Some of them have failed miserably, so I'm showing you the ones that have succeeded. But yeah, you know, it's important to know that most people don't show you the failures. So this is a different way I'm using my tape to cover the back, trying not to waste. It's like covering a book. Okay, there we go. There. And initially this was the way I covered all my tags towards the back. I didn't want to waste anything. So I thought, well, let me show you how I used to do it before I discovered all the shortcuts. So there you go. Cutting the little corners out. So this gives you a very smooth edge, and then cutting here. There you go. And there you go. Okay, it's just like covering a book. And there. So we've obviously got a little piece of card showing, and that's fine. Just cover the back. So I usually have, I've got a plastic tablecloth on my workstation, and I stick all my scraps of tape there when I'm working. So at the end of the day, I have so many bits and pieces of tape here, which I then use to do the patchwork technique. Or if I'm doing a really big project, I actually at the end of the day use it to work on my big projects, because obviously you can't use wide tape on big projects. You have to use the patchwork technique. So like the little bunny that I did recently, that was the patchwork technique. And let's just smooth it, the back. So that's done, finished. And there's our tag. How cool is that? And I'm leaving it really grungy looking. I think it looks quite nice, don't you? Have an awesome day.